A book titled Savarkar, A Contested Legacy from 1924 to 1966, authored by Vikram Sampath, have been launched. Decorated historian and author Vikram Sampath has come out with the second and concluding volume of the book on the life and works of Veer Savarkar, titled Savarkar, A Contested Legacy. So, eto second part hoy. The first part, named Savarkar Echoes from a Forgotten Past, was released in 2019 and covered Savarkar's life from his birth in 1883 to his conditional release from prison in 1924. The second volume will bring to light the life and works of Vinayak Damodar Savarkar from 1924 to 1966, the year he died. So writer-জনৰ নামটো মনত ৰাখিব Vikram Sampath, important হয়. Next, Madhya Pradesh government launches Ankur scheme. In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan government has launched a scheme named Ankur, under which citizens will be awarded for planting trees during monsoon. খুব ভাল initiative হয় Ankur scheme. ক'ত হৈছে? Madhya Pradesh. Chief Minister is Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Next, WHO honors Dr. Harshvardhan for efforts in tobacco control. World Health Organization has awarded Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan with WHO Director General Special Recognition Award for his accomplishment in the area of tobacco control. So Dr. Harshvardhan is the Union Health Minister. He has received this award in efforts in tobacco control. ঠিক আছে. Next, NATO conducts Steadfast Defender 21 War Games. So NATO full form ki hoy? North Atlantic Treaty Organization is organizing Steadfast Defender 21 War Games military exercise in Europe as tensions with Russia increases. These war games are being organized with the aim of simulating the response of 30-nation military organization for the attack on any one of its members. It seeks to test the ability of NATO to deploy troops from America. So NATOৰ headquarters ক'ত? Belgium, Brussels. NATO member country কিমান কিখন আছে? 30 member countries, and NATO was founded in 4th April 1949. ঠিক আছে. NATO's chairman of military committee কোন হ'ল? Air Chief Marshal Stuart Peach. Next, TCS opens its first European Innovation Center in Amsterdam, Netherlands. So TCS mane Tata Consultancy Services. So they have opened first European Innovation Center in where? Amsterdam, Netherlands. Next, PharmEasy acquires MedLife to create India's largest online pharmacy. So PharmEasy has announced the acquisition of rival MedLife, thereby creating India's largest online pharmacy. The deal will make PharmEasy the largest player in the domestic online pharmacy sector, with the combined entity set to serve 2 million customers a month. Okay, so PharmEasy has acquired MedLife. Now both are the same company. Next, IIT Guwahati researchers design smart windows to cut carbon emissions. IIT Guwahati researchers have developed a smart window material that can effectively control the amount of heat and light passing through it in response to an applied voltage. This material can help in developing automatic climate control system in buildings. So kune uliase? Researchers in IIT Guwahati. Next, RDSO becomes first standard body to join One Nation One Standard scheme. RDSO mane ki? Research Design and Standards Organization, which sets standards for the Indian railway sector, has become the first standards body in the country to join One Nation One Standard scheme. of the central government. The RDSO, the sole R&D research and development wing of the Railways Ministry, has now been recognized as a standard developing organization. So RDSO headquarters ক'ত আছে? Lucknow আছে. It was founded in 1921. Next, Justice A.K. Mishra to head NHRC. Former Supreme Court Judge Arun Kumar Mishra will be the new chairperson of National Human Rights Commission. ঠিক আছে, National Human Rights Commission was formed in 12 October 1993. Headquarters is in New Delhi. So, new chairperson কোন হৈছে? Justice A.K. Arun Kumar Mishra. The selection panel consisted of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha Harivansh, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, and the Leader of Opposition in the Rajya Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge. ঠিক আছে. Next, IIT Ropar develops Ambi Tag, India's first indigenous temperature data logger. Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, in Punjab has developed a first of its kind device, Ambi Tag, that records real-time ambient temperature during the transportation of perishable products, vaccines, and even body organs and blood. So a Ambi Tag to কি হয় অকমান মই কৈ দিছো. A Ambi Tag is shaped like a USB device. Ambi Tag continuously records the temperature of its immediate surroundings from -40 degree to +80 degree in any time zone for a full 90 days on a single charge. ঠিক আছে. Most of the similar devices available in international market record data only for a duration of 30 to 60 days. So etu device 90 days oleke record koribo. Next, Asian Boxing Championship, India's Sanjit Kumar wins gold medal. Who has won the gold medal? Huribo pare, बहुत important hai. Sanjit Kumar. Sanjit Kumar won a gold medal in the 91 kg weight category at the Asian Boxing Championship. Sanjit pulled off a massive upset as he defeated five-time Asian Championship medalist and Rio Olympic silver medalist Vasily Levitt of Kazakhstan in a 3-2 split decision in the final of Asian Championship in Dubai. So important হয় নামটো মনত ৰাখিব, সঞ্জিত কুমাৰ. ঠিক আছে. Next, T.M. Kalyanan, last surviving member of the Constituent Assembly, passes away. So T.M. Kalyanan, the last surviving former member of the Indian Constituent Assembly, died at the age of 101. He served as a member of the Legislative Council in Tamil Nadu and also as an MLA thrice between 1952 to 1967. He was reportedly the youngest member in the Constituent Assembly. ঠিক আছে. Next, World Health Assembly adopts decision to recognize 30 January as World NTD or Neglected Tropical Disease Day. So 30 January will be observed as NTD Day or Neglected Tropical Disease Day. Next, X-ray Setu launched to detect COVID in rural population via WhatsApp. A new AI-driven platform called X-ray Setu has been developed to help in the early detection of COVID with the help of chest X-ray. The solution will be beneficial for early detection, especially in the rural areas where RT-PCR tests and CT scans are not easily available. So X-ray Setu will operate through WhatsApp. It will identify COVID positive patients even from a low resolution chest X-ray images sent over WhatsApp based chatbot. So WhatsAppৰ থ্ৰুদি গম পাব যে কোভিড আছে নে নাই low resolution X-ray পৰা কোভিডটো ডিটেক্ট কৰিব পাৰে এইটো মানে হেয়া এক্সৰে সেটু এপটোৱে ঠিক আছে নেক্সট হল ICC expands men's ODI cricket world cup to 14 teams so 2027 আৰু 2031 যেটো world cup হ'বলে আছে তাতে 14টা টিম থাকিব next point BRICS foreign ministers meeting concluded virtually External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has chaired the meeting of BRICS foreign ministers through video conferencing. Foreign ministers of Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa participated in this meeting. In this meeting, ministers agreed to cooperate on the pillars of political and security, economic and finance, and people-to-people and cultural exchange. So BRICS is a group formed by 5 major emerging countries including Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. South Africa joined the group in 2010. Tar agote BRIC asile BRIC members. India will host the 13th BRICS summit in 2021. So India host korile S. Jaishankar chaired the meeting. Okay next Lieutenant General Pradeep Chandran Nair takes charge as DG of Assam Rifles Lieutenant General Pradeep Chandran Nair Ati Vishisht Seva Medal Yudh Seva Medal took over as the 21st Director General of the Assam Rifles So Assam Rifles came into being ketia form hoisile 1835 Assam Rifle 1835 or form hoisile important hoy monor rakhiba next SCO agreement on mass media cooperation gets India's retrospective nod The cabinet accorded an ex post facto approval for signing and ratifying an agreement on cooperation in the field of mass media between all member states of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. SCO mane ki hoy? Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The agreement aims to promote equal and mutually beneficial cooperation among associations in the fields of mass media. So Shanghai Association Cooperation kun kekhon states mane country ase comprises of 8 countries India, Kazakhstan, China, the Kyrgyz Republic, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. ঠিক আছে Next UN Sustainable Transport Conference will take place in China. The second United Nations Global Sustainable Transport Conference will held from 14 to 16 October 2021 in Beijing, China. It will provide an opportunity to focus attention on the opportunities, challenges and solution towards achieving sustainable transport worldwide. Next, China reports first human case of H10N3 bird flu. So এবাৰ bird flu report কৰিছে China pa. A 41-year-old man in China's eastern province of Jiangsu has been confirmed as the first human case of infection with the H10N3 strain of bird flu. ঠিক আছে He was diagnosed as having the H10N3 avian influenza virus. So, more news from China. China developed a combined air defense system along LAC. LAC মানে কি হয়? Line of Actual Control. ঠিক আছে? Line of Actual Control. China has created a combined air defense system along the line of actual control. The combined air defense system has been developed with the elements of Air Force and Army of Western Theater Command. For the first time, an integrated Army air defense system has been developed by China along the western borders. The combined air defense system has been developed for putting all assets of the Army and Air Force under central control. Since 2017, China has increased the number of air bases and heliports near the LAC. So, LAC, line of actual control, it is a line that separates India controlled territory from Chinese controlled territory. The major disagreement between India and China is on the western side of LAC. LAC কোনকেইটা parts পৰে? তিনিটা part পৰে, Arunachal and Sikkim border, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh border, and the Ladakh border. So তাতে China is developing combined air defense system. ঠিক আছে? China increase korise number of air bases and heliports in that area, which is a matter of concern for India. অলপ চিন্তনীয় বিষয় হয়, চাইনাই কি কৰিব পাৰে ঠিক নাই। নেক্সট পইণ্ট হ'ল, in hockey, India men's team maintained 4th position. In hockey, the Indian men's team maintained their 4th position, while women's team held to the 9th position in the latest International Hockey Federation World Ranking. So, India number 4th hoy, Belgium number 1, Netherlands, Belgium is number 1, second is Australia, third is Netherlands, fourth India, Germany, fifth. ঠিক আছে? Next, Narendra Singh Tomar inaugurates India's best mega food park in Chhattisgarh. Union Minister for Food Processing Industries Narendra Singh Tomar virtually inaugurated the India's best mega food park along with Bhupesh Baghel, Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, and in presence of Rameshwar Teli, Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries. The mega food park will ensure value addition, a longer shelf life for farm produce, better price realization for farmers, excellent storage facilities, and will provide an alternate market for farmers in the region. ঠিক আছে? Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel. Next, Navy's hydrographic survey ship Sandhyayak to be decommissioned. So, India Navy's hydrographic survey ship Sandhyayak would be decommissioned after serving the nation for 40 years. So, Sandhyayak খন decommission কৰা হ'ব 40 বছৰ সাৰ্ভিস দিয়াৰ পাছত। ঠিক আছে? নেক্সট, World Environment Day 5th June, very important. সুধিয়ে থাকে এইটো, মনত ৰাখিব। World Environment Day is observed globally on 5th June every year. Next, Nitin Rakesh and Jerry win International Business Book of the Year Award 2021. So, Nitin Rakesh and Jerry won the International Business Book of the Year Award 2021. The authors made history this week by winning the prestigious International Business Book of the Year Award for 2021 for their recently launched book Transformation in Times of Crisis. বুকখনৰ নাম কি? Transformation in Times of Crisis. ঠিক আছে? Next point, David Diop has become the first French novelist to win the International Booker Prize for translated fiction with At Night All Blood is Black. So, David Diop International Booker Prize জিকিছে for the fiction Night at All Blood is Black. ঠিক আছে, ডেভিড ডায়প নামটো মনত ৰাখিব, ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়। নেক্সট, থমাছ বিজয়ন উইন্স নেচাৰ TTL Photographer of the Year 2021. Kerala-based Thomas Bijayan, who is now settled in Canada, has won the 2021 Nature TTL Photography Awards for his photo of an orangutan clinging to a tree. The photograph is titled "The World is Going Upside Down." এইখন হল ফটোগ্ৰাফ, ঠিক আছে। সো এইখন ফটোগ্ৰাফৰ কাৰণে তেওঁ জিকিছে Photographer of the Year Award. Next, India launches Global Energy Initiative Mission Innovation Clean Tech Exchange. So the government of 23 nations, including India, have collectively launched a bold new plan called Mission Innovation 2.0 to catalyze action and spearhead a decade of innovation for global investment in clean energy research. ঠিক আছে। Next, Sergio Perez wins Formula 1's Azerbaijan Grand Prix. তো Azerbaijan Grand Prix জিকিছে Sergio Perez। ঠিক আছে। Lewis Hamilton failed to finish the race. Next, United Nations Decade on Ecosystem Restoration 2021 to 2030. So the United Nations Decade of Ecosystem Restoration has been officially launched, which will run from 2021 to 2030. United Nations Decade on Ecosystem Restoration will be co-led by the UN Environment Programme and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN. ঠিক আছে। So United Nations headquarters ক'ত আছে? Headquarters আছে New York, USA, and Mr. Antonio Guterres is the Secretary General of the United Nations. মনত ৰাখিব এই দুটা। headquarters ক'ত আছে? New York, Secretary General কোন হয়? Antonio Guterres, important হয়। Arunachal Pradesh Water Burial Bags Best Film National Award. So Arunachal Pradesh's Water Burial has bagged the Best Film National Award. National Award Best Film কোনে পাইছে? Arunachal Pradeshৰ মুভি Water Burial Bags নামৰ মুভিখনে, Water Burial নামৰ মুভিখনে, ঠিক আছে। The film, which is directed by independent filmmaker Santanu Sen. Santanu Sen is the director. And this film is inspired by the popular Assamese novel Saba Kota Manhu. Saba Kota Manhu novelখনৰ পৰা inspired হৈ বনাইছে এখন Water Burial, which is written by Yashi Dorji Tongsi. ঠিক আছে। So বহুত important হয়, মনত ৰাখিব। Next, US to hand over 3 MH-30 Romeo multi-role choppers to India. The Indian Navy is set to receive first set of multi-role helicopters as America is set to hand over 3 MH-60 Romeo helicopters to the force in the United States in July. So তিনিখন MH-60 Romeo multi-role choppers India কিনিছে US পৰা। Next, Assam government names Raimora Reserve Forest 6th National Park. So বহুত important হয় এইবাৰ এক্সামৰ কাৰণে এইটো প্ৰশ্ন। Raimora in Kokrajhar district has become Assam's 6th national park, The 422 square feet wild habitat in Kokrajhar district adjoins the westernmost buffer to Manas Tiger Reserve. The 5 national parks that existed prior to the Raimona are Kaziranga, Manas, Nameri, Orang and Dibru Soikhwa. এতিয়া ৰাইমনৰ উপৰি আৰু এখন নেশ্যনেল পাৰ্ক ঘোষণা কৰা হ'ল যিখন অসমৰ ৭ নম্বৰ নেশ্যনেল পাৰ্ক নামটো জানেনে নামটো হ'ল দিহিং পাটকাই ঠিক আছে so this Raimona National Park is a ecological landscape will ensure the long-term conservation of endemic species like the golden langur, the mascot of Bodoland Territorial Council, and endangered species such as the Asian elephant and Bengal tiger. So golden langur specially পোৱা যায় এখন national park ত আৰু তাৰ উপৰিও Asian elephant আৰু Bengal tiger পোৱা যায় next India elected as member of UN Economic and Social Council for 2022-2024. India has been elected as a member of the United Nations Economic and Social Council, one of the 6 main organs of the United Nations for 3 years term from 2022 to 2024. India in the Asia Pacific states category পাইছে along with Afghanistan, Kazakhstan and Oman ঠিক আছে so headquarters code আছে New York and Geneva দুইটা ঠাইতে আছে when was it founded it was founded in 1945 President O John next G7 deal on minimum global corporate tax Group of 7 G7 advanced economies signed a landmark deal on taxing multinational companies. As per the deal, the minimum global tax rate would be at least 15%. So G7 ot kun kun ase United Kingdom, United States, Germany, Canada, France, Italy and Japan. Pohote khube important hoy G7 members khudi thake. Country কেখনৰ নাম দি দিব আৰু খুধিব আপোনালোকক কোনখন কান্ট্ৰি G7 মেম্বাৰ নহয় সো নাম কেটা মনত ৰাখিব ইউনাইটেড কিংডম ইউনাইটেড ষ্টেটছ জাৰ্মানী কানাডা ফ্ৰান্স ইটালী এণ্ড জাপান ঠিক আছে নেক্সট Indian Navy inducted 3 ALH Mk3 advanced light helicopters so Indian Navy inducted 3 indigenously built advanced light helicopters নামটো কি ALH Mk3 Indian fleets কোনে বনাইছে Hindustan Aeronautics Limited Hall at the Indian Naval Station in Visakhapatnam next Haryana CM announces creating Oxyvan in Karnal very important hudibo pare where is Oxyvan being created Chief Minister of Haryana Manohar Lal Khattar announced to create 80 acres of Oxyvan. Oxyvan ki hai? It's a kind of a forest in the Karnal district. It was announced on the occasion of World Environment Day on 5th June 2021. Oxyvan will consist of 10 types of forest. So 10 bidhor forest thakiba Oxyvanot. ঠিক আছে কোনে অ্যানাউন্স কৰিছে হৰিয়ানা চিফ মিনিষ্টাৰ মনোহৰ লাল খট্টাৰ নেক্সট UNSC recommends Antonio Guterres for second term as UN chief মই কৈছোৱে আগতে যে UN ৰ চিফ কোন হৈ আছে Antonio Guterres The UN Security Council has recommended Secretary General Antonio Guterres for a second 5-year term as chief of World Organization beginning January 1, 2022. ঠিক আছে next Interpol launches iFamilia to identify missing person Interpol has launched a new global database named iFamilia to identify missing persons through family DNA and help the police solve cold cases in member countries. ঠিক আছে? So Interpol ক'ত আছে? Where is the headquarters of Interpol? Lyon, France. ঠিক আছে? What is the motto of Interpol? Connecting police for a safer world. কেতিয়া ফৰ্ম হৈছিলে ইণ্টাৰপল? 7th September 1923 and present president is Kim Jong Yang. ঠিক আছে? Next, Indo-Thai Corpet begins in Andaman Sea. The 31st edition of the India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol named Corpet kicked off on June 9, 2021 in the Andaman Sea. Next, El Salvador becomes first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Very important question may come there. Which is the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender? El Salvador. ঠিক আছে? El Salvador. Next, Sehwag launches cricket coaching website Cricuru. So Indian star cricketer Virender Sehwag has launched an experimental learning portal for cricket coaching named Cricuru. Cricuru is India's first AI-enabled coaching website to offer a personal learning experience for the younger players. Kune open korise, kune launch korise? Virender Sehwag. Next, Assam gets its 7th national park with Dihing Patkai. So Raimona asile 6th. Now Assam has also got its 7th national park. So মই গোটেইখিনি national parkৰ ওপৰত এটা ভিডিঅ' অলৰেডি বনাই থৈছোঁ. মই ভিডিঅ'টোৰ লিংকত ডেছক্ৰিপশ্যনত দি দিম লিংকটো, আপোনালোকে গৈ চাব পাৰিব। ঠিক আছে? The Assam government has decided in its recent cabinet meeting to declare Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary as the 7th national park of the state. The newest national park, popularly known as Dihing Patkai Rainforest, has unique floral and faunal diversity, which was recognized by the state government in 2004, when 111.19 square kilometers of the area was notified as Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary. ঠিক আছে? Next, Sunil Chhetri surpasses Argentina's Lionel Messi. So Sunil Chhetri surpasses Argentina's Lionel Messi and he has become the second highest active international goal scorer with 74 strikes. He made this record in a joint preliminary qualifying round match for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. He is currently behind Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo with 103 strikes in the active international goal scorer list. So Sunil Chhetri, our Indian soccer team captain, is now the second leading goal scorer in the world. Next, Bharat Pay becomes ICC's official partner till 2023. Lending and digital payment startup Bharat Pay has announced that it has inked a 3-year-long deal to become an official partner with International Cricket Council. ঠিক আছে? Next, India's Tilottama Some wins Best Actor Award at UK Asian Film Festival. So Indian actress Tilottama Some has made the country proud by winning the Best Actor Award at the 2021 UK Asian Film Festival. Tilottama won the award for her role in the film Raghir the Wayfarers. The film has been directed by Gautam Ghosh. ঠিক আছে? So বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়, মনত ৰাখিব। Next, Assam CM Hemanta Biswa Sharma launches Sishu Seva Asani, মানে শিশু সেৱা আঁচনি for COVID-19 orphans. বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট আঁচনি হয় এইটো মনত ৰাখিব শিশু সেৱা আঁচনি Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has dedicated Chief Minister's Sishu Seva scheme to the service of the beneficiaries and handed over the checks of financial assistance to few beneficiaries who lost both their parents due to COVID. ঠিক আছে খুব ভাল ইনিচিয়েটিভ হয় এইটো Next, SBI launches Kavach personal loan for COVID-19 patients. The State Bank of India has launched a collateral-free Kavach personal loan to enable its customers to meet medical expenses of self and family members for COVID treatment. Under this scheme, customers can avail of loans up to rupees 5 lakh at an effective interest rate of 8.5% per annum. So, ki hoy naam to Kavach personal loan. Next, India ties with Russia as fourth largest forex reserves holder. So, as per Reserve Bank of India's data, the foreign exchange reserves of India has crossed $600 billion marks for the first time. The forex reserve of India increased by $6.842 billion to $6.605 billion in the week ended June 4, 2021. This is the lifetime high of India's foreign asset. With this, India has tied with Russia as the fourth largest reserve holder in the world. ঠিক আছে So 600 billion mark cross hoise India's foreign reserve for the first time and it has tied with Russia. Russia's logot homan hoy goise at the fourth position. Next, Ministry of Ayush launches Namaste Yoga app. The Ministry of Ayush organized a certain Razor event for the 7th International Day of Yoga. The event was organized by Ministry of Ayush in association with Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga. The event brought together several yoga gurus and experienced yoga exponents on the virtual platform to appeal to the world community to adopt yoga in their daily life for the betterment of both the individual self and mankind. So app tour naam ki Namaste Yoga. Kune launch korise? Ministry of Ayush. ঠিক আছে মনত ৰাখিব The event underlined the importance of the central theme. Theme to ki hoy? Be with yoga, be at home. As a part of the event, a mobile application devoted to yoga named Namaste Yoga was also launched. The Namaste Yoga app has been designed as an information platform for the public with the aim to raise awareness about yoga and make it accessible for the larger community. So, theme to mone rakhibo be with yoga, be at home. Next, European Space Agency to launch Envision mission to Venus in 2030. Mission tor naam ki Envision koleke jabo Venus ole jabo kune pothiabo European Space Agency in 2030. Next, Novak Djokovic wins French Open tennis title. So Novak Djokovic defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas to lift the French Open title for the second time in his career. This is Djokovic's 19th Grand Slam title and has closed in on Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal on the all-time Grand Slam title list. Both the players have won 20 Grand Slams each. So Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer both have won 20 Grand Slams and now Djokovic is in second position with 19 Grand Slams. Next, Home in the World book by Amartya Sen's memoir. One of the world's leading public intellectuals of our time, Nobel laureate Amartya Sen has penned his memoir Home in the World. The book will be published in July by Penguin Random House. So নামটো মনত ৰাখিব Home in the World. ঠিক আছে, ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়। Next, Israel will become the world's first mask-free country from June 15. Very important. Question may come that which country has become the first mask-free country in the world? That is Israel. Next, YN village in Bandipora, India's first to inculcate all adults. So YN, a village in district Bandipora, Jammu and Kashmir, has become the first village in the country where the entire population above 18 years has been vaccinated. Namto mono rakhibo important hoy YN. Next, Naftali Bennett takes charge as Israel's new prime minister. So Israel's new prime minister kun hoise Naftali Bennett. Former Prime Minister asile Benjamin Netanyahu. Naftali Bennett, the former defense minister of Israel and the leader of Yamina party, took oath as the prime minister of the country. The 49-year-old former tech entrepreneur replaces Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been forced out of the office after 12 years. So from 2009 to 2021, Benjamin Netanyahu was the Prime Minister, the longest serving Prime Minister of Israel. Aru etia kun hoise Naftali Bennett. Next, D. Jugesh wins Gelfand Challenge chess title. So D. Jugesh sensationally won the $15,000 Gelfand Challenge chess title, and with it a wild card for the Elite Meltwaters Championship Chess Tour. So kune jigise D. Jugesh namto mone rakhibo. Next question, Assam to institute own versions of Bharat Ratna and Padma awards. The Assam government will present its own versions of the Bharat Ratna and the Padma awards from next year. The cabinet also instituted other civilian honors such as the Assam Vibhushan award to be presented to 3 persons, the Assam Bhushan to 5 and the Assam Shri to 10 people every year. These 4 awards will carry cash prizes of 5 lakh, 3 lakh, rupees 2 lakh, rupees 1 lakh respectively. ঠিক আছে. Next, cricketer Suresh Raina releases his autobiography named Believe. So important question, who has written the autobiography named Believe? Sudhibo pare Suresh Raina. Next question, wrestler Vinesh Fogart clinched gold medal in Poland Open. Indian wrestler Vinesh Fogart won the gold medal in the 53 kg category at the Poland Open. It is her third title of the season. Earlier, she had won gold at the Meteo Pelicon event March and the Asian Championship April. ঠিক আছে, Vinesh Fogart. Next, IIT Ropar develops India's first power-free CPAP device, Jeevan Vayu. CPAP mane ki continuous positive airway pressure. The Indian Institute of Technology IIT Ropar has developed a device dubbed Jeevan Vayu, which can be used as a substitute for continuous positive airway pressure machine. Jeevan Vayu can deliver high flow oxygen up to 60 liters per minute. Namto mone rakhibo device to Jeevan Vayu. Next, 2021 NATO summit held in Brussels, Belgium. The leaders of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO held a face-to-face summit on NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. The 2021 Brussels summit of NATO was the 31st formal meeting of the heads of the state and heads of government of the alliance. The summit of the 30-member NATO group was held as a part of US President Joe Biden's first foreign trip since he took office. Next, Microsoft names CEO Satya Nadella as chairman. So, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella এতিয়া Microsoft chairman হল ঠিক আছে Next, central government launched Project O2 for India initiative. Project O2 for India. The government of India has launched Project O2 for India to set up production of medical oxygen to meet the potential increase in demand due to further waves of pandemic. নামটো কি হয় Project O2 for India. Next, government appoints Ashish Chandorkar as director of India's WTO mission. The government of India has appointed a private person, Ashish Chandorkar, as counselor of India's permanent mission in the World Trade Organization for 3 years. ঠিক আছে Next, legendary India sprinter Milkha Singh passes away. So, legendary Indian sprinter Milkha Singh has passed away due to coronavirus disease at the age of 91. A former army man, Milkha Singh won several laurels for the country in track and field events across the globe. Next, International Day of Yoga. Very important. 21st June. মনত ৰাখিব আহিয়ে থাকে very common question. United Nations celebrate International Day of Yoga globally on 21st June every year to raise awareness worldwide of the many benefits of practicing yoga. ঠিক আছে So date to কিমান 21st June. Amitav Ghosh's new book, The Nutmeg's Curse. Gyanpith awardee and renowned author Amitav Ghosh's authored a new book titled The Nutmeg's Curse, Parables for a Planet in Crisis. It is published by John Murray. The book talks about the history of the influence of colonialism on the world today through the story of the nutmeg. So, কোনে লিখিছে বুকখন অমিতাভ ঘোষ নামটো মনত ৰাখিব weightlifter Laurel Hubbard will be first trans athlete to compete at Olympics. Very important. Will be the first trans athlete to compete at Olympics. Laurel Hubbard. কি হয় weightlifter হয় Laurel Hubbard is poised to make history and headlines as well as significant controversy after being confirmed as the first transgender athlete to compete at an Olympic Games. The 43-year-old, who will be the fourth oldest weightlifter at an Olympics, is regarded as a genuine medal contender in the women's super heavyweight 78 kg plus category in Tokyo. ঠিক আছে First transgender to compete at an Olympic event. Next, Moya Sudan becomes IAF's first woman fighter pilot from Jammu and Kashmir. Flying officer Moya Sudan has become the first woman from Jammu and Kashmir to be inducted as a fighter pilot in the Indian Air Force. Next, Jamshedji Tata tops inaugural list of top philanthropists of the country. Jamshedji Tata, Indian pioneer, industrialist and founder of the Tata Group, has topped the inaugural list of top philanthropists in the country. Next point. New Zealand crowned first ICC World Test Championship. So New Zealand defeated India to win the first ICC World Test Championship. New Zealand chased down the target of 139 to win the first ever World Test Championship final with 8 wickets in hand. The last day of the test match was played on June 23rd. The match saw 6 days play in place of regular 5 days due to rain factor. Kyle Jameson has been adjudged as the player of the match. while Kane Williamson is the player of the series. So New Zealand is the first world test champion. Captain, who is the captain of New Zealand cricket team? Kane Williamson. He received the player of the series award, and player of the match went to Kyle Jameson. Next, world's first ever genetically modified rubber planted in Assam. In Assam, the world's first genetically modified rubber plant has been planted by Rubber Board at the board's farm in Sotutari near Guwahati. ঠিক আছে, ক'ত প্ল্যান কৰা হৈছে? অসমত প্ল্যান কৰা হৈছে গুৱাহাটীত। ফাৰ্ষ্ট এভাৰ জেনেটিক্যালি মডিফাইড ৰাবাৰ প্ল্যান্ট, ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়। নেক্সট, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier to be commissioned in 2022. The Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has informed that India's first indigenous aircraft carrier is planned to be commissioned by 2022. Once commissioned, the carrier will be rechristened as INC Vikrant. Rechristened মানে আপোনাৰ ISC Vikrant হিচাপে ভেয়া নামাকৰণ কৰিব, in memory of the India's first aircraft carrier. First aircraft carrier was INS Vikrant, so তাৰে নামত হ'ব। ঠিক আছে। Next, Center releases full list of Smart Cities Awards 2020 winners. The central government has declared Smart City Awards 2020, in which Indore in Madhya Pradesh and Surat in Gujarat won the award jointly for their overall development, whereas Uttar Pradesh emerged on the top among all states, followed by Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu under the Smart City Award. ঠিক আছে। Next, Goa becomes first state to go rabies free. Very important question. Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant announced that Goa has become the first state in the country to be rabies free. Next, a book titled Fiercely Female, The Duty Chand Story by Sandeep Mishra. Journalist Sandeep Mishra's book titled Fiercely Female, A Duty Chand Story chronicles Chand's journey with a detailed narrative of the gender identity controversy that made her an iconic figure in Indian sport. So কোনে লিখিছে? Sandeep Mishra. Next, International Asteroid Day is celebrated on 30th June. ঠিক আছে। Next, ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021 to be held in UAE, originally slated to be held in India, will now be shifted to UAE. So ICC Men's T20 World Cup UAE hobo instead of India. Next, Shefali Verma becomes youngest Indian to make debut in all formats. Very important question. Opener Shefali Verma has become the youngest Indian cricketer to make a debut in all formats when India took on England in the first ODI in Bristol. She took 17 years and 150 days to make her debut in all formats. She has become the 5th youngest cricketer overall in the list of all formats debut. So ইমানেই আছিলে জুনৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্ছ। সো ভিডিঅ'টো যদি ভাল লাগিলে লাইক কৰিব, চেনেলটো ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি ল'ব, কাৰণ আগলৈও এনেকুৱা ইনফৰ্মেটিভ ভিডিঅ'জ আহি থাকিব। আজিলৈ আহিছোঁ। টেক কেয়াৰ, বাই বাই।